There we go. We are
There
finally here.
we go. We are going to wait for our two hosts, and we are going to start. Thank you so much for waiting, everyone. We are very excited to have you here. We're just gonna wait a few seconds, and we are going to start.
Some minor technical difficulties, but we're here.
I can't start my video because the host has stopped it. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean.
Let's see. There you go.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect.
All right. We are ready. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. We are going to talk of a very important topic, and we are very excited. We are going to be talking about the 5 ways that a law firm or attorneys can benefit from hiring a legal virtual assistant. So we have our wonderful hosts here, Roberta Barahona and Jenner Benaroya. They are our business developers, our business consultants, and they are the experts that are going to be answering all the questions that you might have. So we will have a section of the Q&A at the end of the presentation. So please shoot us with your questions, and at the end we are going to answer them. We also have Jaime Nakach, our CEO. He is going to be answering some questions as well at the end. And please feel free to chat with us and tell us what you think about what we are talking about. And welcome again. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a special webinar for us, and I'm going to tell you a few reasons why, and then we're going to let Jenner and Roberta start, of course, with the presentation. So I want all of you to know that we work with a lot of lawyers here at Virtual Latinos, and a long time ago, we never thought we might be working with lawyers, but lawyers have helped us a lot through our journey as we're growing as a community, as a company, and so I wanted to share a few things. As Roberta and Jenner are going to go through the presentation of what different things that the VAs can do to work as paralegals or legal virtual assistants, a lot of the things that our lawyers have told us have helped us, for example, draft some of the menus that we have today that we help other clients and other law firms learn about the potential tasks that lawyers can hire and ask a virtual assistant to do. And today, about 20% of our clients are lawyers. We've now attended a law firm conference for the ALA, American Immigration Lawyers Association in New York, not a long time ago. And we're basically talking to lawyers pretty much every day. We love working with lawyers. We love what they're doing, what their help, how they're joining both the technology side of their business as well as the human side of their business to be more efficient to serving their clients and getting things done, better, faster, more efficiently. So today, we're going to go, of course, through the presentation, but also Jenner and Roberta are going to share, the insights and outs of what we hear and learn from lawyers every day, so that this is as useful as possible to all of you potentially here who want to learn more about, how does it work to work with a virtual assistant. And let me finish by saying that when I spoke a long time ago to our first potential law firm clients, they were very skeptical, and many lawyers sometimes are, because they're like, wait, we're law firms and there's all the legality and then, privacy about our information. And so they were not so sure about the ability to work with someone remotely outside of the US, in this case, in Latin America. But I can tell you now, a few years later, we've been hiring hundreds of assistants for our lawyers, and it does work. It can work for you. So, let's start the presentation. So Jenner and Roberta, please go ahead. Thank you for joining us.
Amazing.
Thank you, Jaime. Thank you, Ale, for the great introduction and the information as well, Jaime. So there are many ways you can increase your law firm's productivity, and a great start is hiring a legal virtual assistant, as we recommend. What we will cover today, the first thing will be the challenges the law firms are facing. There are many different challenges out there. The second topic is, what is a legal virtual assistant? The third thing we're going to cover is the first benefit, which is the proficiency in a variety of tasks. The second one will be about work strategically, do more in less time. The third one will be simplifying the processes. The fourth one is customized client-centered experience. And the fifth one is cost effectiveness. Law firm challenges. Yes. Nowadays, lawyers and law firms are facing many different challenges. One of the main one that I'm coming across a lot from our clients, and especially during the ALA conference, is the, having the right staff in place. There's a lot of shortage in staff. So I think this is where we come in perfectly to be able to help you guys scale as a team, scale as a firm. Competing in a crowded industry is one of the challenges. It is a very competitive industry. So it's always important to stay at top in technology and staff and providing a top quality service to the clients. Competing in a high-paced environment is another challenge that a lot of the attorneys are facing. Too much workload, not enough time, that goes all around, and limited budget, but the need of an extra pair of hands.
So I'm going to jump in here, and I'm going to explain, obviously, we're all here for what is a legal virtual assistant, right? So a legal VA is a skilled professional who provides remote support for lawyers or law firms, right? So a legal VA can provide support with time-consuming tasks, and we're going to go over each one of them in just a minute. Also, they have skills and abilities that can complement your leadership. They can also support clients' problems and needs effectively, and they're also the right hand for every lawyer or law firm needs, right? And also paralegals, right, that are working in your firm. So we're going to go over benefits. And benefit number one is proficiency in a variety of tasks. And I'm not saying this is not the most important, but it's very important as well. So general admin support. So answering the phone and taking messages. I know that there's a lot of firms who use other companies who are having like round robin system. And once they have a person who's actually dedicated to their firm and having these conversations with their clients, it's so much helpful because they're like following up with their clients, right? So they already know that they have this point of contact. Then as well with general admin tasks, client communication, support and follow-ups, also with calendar management and appointment setting. So this person is already having this conversation with your potential clients. So they might just as well help them book those appointments with you, right? Also general research and contact government agencies. And another big one is filtering and qualifying new leads. So law firms do want to make sure that they're moving forward with real potential clients. And this is very time consuming for firms. So having this person to qualify if they're actually a potential client or not, it's very helpful to them. Next one will be client onboarding, support and follow-ups, right? So gathering client information and obtaining documents, it's also a very big one, especially for paralegals, because this is a very time-consuming task. For example, if your clients are supposed to bring birth certificates or tax forms, so all this back and forth speaking with your client, it's something that your VA can help with, right? Also reviewing this information. Translation is a very big one, especially if you are an immigration firm where you have majority of your clients speaking Spanish. Also following up with clients and gathering customer testimonies and stories. Also case preparation and management. So here's something that they can also help with. So preparing case indexes, filling out forms and questionnaires. Most of the firms that we do speak with, they already have intake forms and they already have questionnaires in place. So they already give this person all the questionnaires and intake forms for them just to help fill out, right, from that initial call. Then as well, client management and CRM systems. Many clients have CRM systems in place, but then as well, people who don't, they're also let's say we promote them to have a CRM system so they can have like a better place where they can keep with their client information. Then as well, the customer experience, which is marketing. we also have clients that they don't receive actually their clients from social media, but then as well, they do want to have a presence, or they do get their clients from social media. So this is also a big one, because they can also help with social media management and support, gathering clients' testimonials and reviews, and repurpose this content, right? So they can post it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, and all the social media platforms that you are looking for. Also with email marketing and content marketing. Partner,
Perfect. Yes,
can
I will
continue with
continue.
benefits here.
Before I continue, I just want to touch on one thing that you mentioned about the systems. One of the things that we like to consult to the clients is the importance of having the right systems in place. You know, to be able to go virtual and having a virtual team, it does require some systems in place. For a lot of attorneys who have been working with an older way or style of managing their cases and clients, need some sort of an update for them to be able to, you know, oversee and manage all the data much easier, and to be able to have some sort of a remote team. It seems kind of scary for a lot of attorneys initially, but nowadays the systems are so advanced, so easy to use. They're so easy to, you know, integrate to your firm. It's great. I just want to touch on that. So the second benefit we're going to talk about is the strategic work, doing more in less time, which is so important, right? Time is some of the most important thing that a lot of the attorneys are lacking on. By entrusting your day-to-day work and delegating your repetitive, time-consuming yet essential tasks, like the ones that Roberta mentioned previously in the presentation, to a legal virtual assistant, you will free up your time and your team's time. Yes, not only your time, but your current paralegal's time. Sometimes they're much time strained on a lot of workload. So, you know, also bringing this help also alleviates them as well. Your extra free time will let you and your team focus on the larger business goals of your firm, which is really important, will allow you to think strategically and focus on what is essential, your cases and your clients, which are the most important things. This can lead to more rapid growth, which is one of the main goals that a lot of the attorneys have, or, you know, to be able to grow. A better service for your clients is a key. Definitely, that's what sets you apart from any other attorney, is providing an excellent service to your clients, more billable hours, and more profitability and productivity for your law firm. Tasks bilingual we can do efficiently and effectively. So we talked about a lot of the administrative tasks that a VA can do once they're trained to become a legal assistant working for you. But additionally, some of these important tasks is one of the ones that a lot of the attorneys actually comes to us for, is translations, translating documents, forms, calls, emails, and recordings, transcribing recordings in both languages, maintaining a strong client relationship with Spanish or Portuguese speakers. We actually do have talent in our community that are bilingual, English, Spanish, and also we do have talent mainly from Brazil who are bilingual in English and Portuguese as well.
100%, yeah. So yeah, because especially with so many different people right now, there's a lot of clients who are looking for people who speak Portuguese, and that's something that we're like venturing into as well, because we're now having virtual assistants from Brazil. So that's pretty amazing. So benefit number 3 is simplify processes at your law firm, right? So VAs can help you examine processes with fresh eyes to spot areas for improvement. There's nothing better than someone who's coming into your business with fresh eyes and can tell you, hey, you know what, I think we can improve this, and implementing those ideas, right? Then VAs can research and suggest affordable technology that can solve company challenges. I think this is very important, especially because sometimes I've heard clients who have all their clients and their potential clients in an Excel sheet, which is, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you have someone who can help you research for a better system, where to keep them, how to follow up with them, it's going to improve the whole flow within your firm, right? Then as well, VAs are proficient in tech practices and can teach and train you and other colleagues on new technology and software. This especially with, for example, we also have VAs who have worked with another kind of company before, let's say, and they've helped before with softwares for booking systems, and they can already bring this technology and this kind of software ideas to your business, so you can implement this and use them, right, moving forward. VAs can help you create SOPs to help structure and outline your processes. This is very important, and I always suggest to all our clients who are hiring people to initiate creating standardized operating procedures. We use them in Virtual Latinos, and we depend on them so much. So whenever you're hiring someone else, you already have all these SOPs in place. So any person who's new, they can come in, read the information, watch videos from all the trainings before, and it's just gonna make the transition so much smoother for anyone joining your team.
100%. And it actually, all those SOPs helps them scale even, much quicker than instead of not having them in place. So great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Robbie. So the benefit number 4 we're going to talk about is customized client-centered experience. One of the first thing is facilitating necessary customer service logistics. So customer service, I think, is one of the most fundamental and important thing on any type of business. So providing an excellent customer service and having the logistics in place on how to communicate certain things to your clients is super crucial. Handling incoming and outbound calls on behalf of your law firm, like the tasks that Robbie mentioned initially, some of the main reason that the attorneys actually reach out to us for hiring a VA is for them to be able to take all the incoming calls and also make any outbound calls to follow up with them on certain cases. The next one is prioritizing inquiries and client requests. In very busy law firms, there's constant inquiries and client requests, and sometimes they're not attended on a timely manner. By having this extra pair of hands, will definitely alleviate that, and we'll be able to provide a better service to the clients and having the prioritized inquiries as well. Notifying the lawyer of their inbox arrival or even make the first response on the behalf of the firm. So this is something tricky. A lot of attorneys gets kind of scared to delegate this to the VAs, but obviously with a good training in place, this is something that can easily be handed off to a VA who can sort your email, organize your email, and even make the first responses that doesn't require any legal advice. Having personalized approach to all client inquiries. So this is very important. As Robbie mentioned, that a lot of attorneys actually hires answering services from different companies. What happens with those answering services is that every time a client of yours calls them, a different random agent answers the call to be able to assist them. In this case, if you hire a dedicated remote professional to our company, then you have someone dedicated almost in-house answering those calls and providing a more personalized approach to each client and their inquiries. This definitely sets you apart from any other agency, any other law firm. The next one is VAs are able to enhance the client's experience with your law firm. Yes, so it comes in hand. If you provide a more personalized service, it will enhance the client's experience overall. Coordinating and setting up reminders to ensure meetings, appointments, and deadlines are kept. So this is also very, very important. There's a lot of different types of appointments and meetings that takes place to be able to build the client's case and also for court cases and other things. And the VAs can definitely ensure that all the meetings, appointments, everything, any projects and deadlines are kept on a timely manner. Scheduling hearing, responding to scheduling, all that requests, and ensure all the appointments are made in a timely manner and nothing is left behind.
Sure. Perfect. So benefit number 5 is cost effective. So who doesn't like to save money? So saving money by hiring a virtual assistant. So VAs cost less than hiring someone in-house, and not only now saving money, but apparently We have the best reputation because we have amazing VAs who are like willing to work with our clients for long-term work relationships, right? So this also helps with having the same staff for a while, right? So no overhead costs like health insurance as well, office space, intranet, and others. So we're experts in helping clients around the world find and hiring amazing virtual professionals that will be part of your team for the long run. I think we have a lot of reviews on our Google, and not even there, but actually on our email inboxes with our attorneys coming back and saying, oh my God, this has been the best. I don't know why I didn't find you guys sooner. So we do have amazing attorneys who are so happy with their virtual professionals, and we're happy to pair them, right? So as well, benefits of hiring this bilingual legal assistant, it's tapping into a new customer base. So your service becomes available to a broader range of people who speak another language. And this is something that clients used to do before. So hiring another company who would do their translations, for example, and then hiring someone in-house. And this is something that now they can do in one same VA, right? They can take care of all that. Better SEO. This is because a bilingual VA can help ensure that your website is approachable in Spanish as it is in English, and especially for immigration firms, because the majority of their clients speak Spanish. They are helping with the translation of their website, and it's more approachable, right, for this kind of clients, potential clients for them.
Yeah.
And then further cost saving, there's no need to hire, this is what exactly I said before, no need to hire 2 different VAs to complete a task in English and then again in Spanish. I do know that there's attorneys actually and lawyers who do know Spanish, and they're very proud of it, and they do speak with us in Spanish, and I love it. And then as well, we do have lawyers who understand Spanish. So having this VA who can help with live translations, for example, during consultations, it's very helpful because they do understand, but they cannot communicate what they're thinking. So having this other person who is bilingual and helping them having this conversation, it's very important for them.
Yeah, I want to add one more thing on that, Robbie. Sorry to
Sure.
cut you off. I think it's very important to have your websites in both languages. The benefit that comes with it is huge. Nowadays, in almost all the cities in the US, there are, Spanish-speaking, population clients. So, making your SEO, broader in 2 different languages will attract more clients to your firm. Obviously, to be able to intake more clients, you need to free up your time, which comes in hand with hiring a virtual assistant.
Exactly. That's where we come in happily. And then improve verbal communication, the ability to communicate accurately with clients and help your firm avoid mistakes and potential misunderstandings. There's so many point of contacts where this person can help with, especially from the first call, and also emails back and forth as well with gathering documents. There's a lot of clients as well for our lawyers who only speak Spanish and they only feel comfortable speaking Spanish. So when they have this person who is bilingual, they can communicate whatever issue or whatever case they might like to bring in to this attorney. And they feel very comfortable sharing this information with them, right? Improve digital communication. While translation engines are available, the translation supply often seems unnatural and inaccurate. And this is part of, we're humans. There's nothing better than a human transmitting the same information that you're trying to communicate to another person. So that's exactly what I said before. They feel more comfortable sharing their information with someone who knows that they're going to deliver this information. And then my partner can share the next one.
Yes. So as we cover the same topics, save time and money on the recruitment process, we can help you assist during the entire process. We provide a very personalized process. Some of you probably have passed through our process. Some of you have not tried it yet, but I just want to say that for each client and for each role, for each person that they're seeking to hire, we do a custom recruitment process. We initially sit down close to 45 minutes and have a consulting meeting to be able to gather all the proper information and analyze how your firm actually functions now and how we can help you with the right talent to be able to, improve further. We provide top hand-picked professionals. What that means, top hand-picked professionals, that's a very broad subject. I know a lot of firms or agencies probably states the same thing. We actually do have a very specialized process. From the initial moment that the professionals actually comes and enters to our community, it's not an easy process. All the people who applies to join our community, we only end up accepting 5% of the talent into this community. And from that, only top 2% of the talent are matched with our clients. So it is a very rigorous process to make sure that we match you with the talent who are here for long-term purposes and really want to become part of your firm. Everyone is fully bilingual. As I mentioned, we have talent who are bilingual in English and Spanish and talent who are bilingual in English and Portuguese. Everybody is practically in our same time zone. That's the beauty of working with people in Latin America compared to people that are on the other side of the world. The good thing is having your team and team members, having a good work to life balance, work in the daylight and, having the ability to enjoy their time off with their friends and family. I think it's really crucial to their productivity. So it's really great having your team members in the same time zone. Experienced professionals. When we say experienced professionals, this is also something that I want to touch on a little bit more. The professionals we have, they're experienced in their fields. They're not experienced working for law firms in the US mainly, but as being, experienced professionals, they're much easier to adapt to your systems, your processes. They're easy to train. For those that have not tried our services, it might seem, very not so much real, but we've had a lot of attorneys that actually hired and tried and saw how quickly they're able to train them and get them up to speed of all the things that they need to do. And now they're, they turn out to be their paralegal assistants. We provide support. What that means is that we don't get involved to your day-to-day management, but you always have a constant support through our team. Actually, each client, when they hire a remote professional to our company, we assign them a dedicated customer success agent who's almost like a point of contact, like in HR. That person will be there for you guys at all times. They will actually check up with you every month or so to make sure that everything is working out fine with the virtual assistant, if they're performing well or not. And on the flip side of the coin, they're also the customer success agent to the VA. So they're the HR of the VA. They also check up with them also for their well-being to make sure that they're happy working with you. How is the training? How is the communication? So we create a very solid bridge of communication between you and the person who is joined to your team. So this can be a long-term relationship. And all of this. Yeah,
may
go
I
ahead.
add something? Just because I'm very proud of our customer success team, especially because I do know that there's a lot of attorneys who are very new to this and they're like, I've never worked with someone virtual before. I don't even know how to start or what to do or what I'm supposed to delegate. So we're here and that's part of our job as consultants, right? To help you through that. But then once you hire someone and once you decide like, hey, you know what, I want to bring Yanette on my team. So our customer success team is going to be onboarding you on how to work with this person virtually and defining how you're going to communicate with this person and defining what tools are going to be used and many things. Actually, that's a very important meeting that happens between virtual Latinos with your customer success agent, but as well with the new VA that you're hiring, right? So you don't feel like you're alone and you're supposed to figure out everything by yourself. That's why we have this part of our team. That it's very helpful.
Yeah, definitely. And, as you continue to grow your firm and add more and more people, you have this main point of contact who's always going to be there to support you guys. And all of these things that we have mentioned obviously brings in a huge growth potential to be able to scale your firm a lot faster and healthier.
Yeah.
And that's mainly all of the topics that we're supposed to cover today. And thanks everyone
job,
for
guys.
joining us.
Mm,
And yeah, if
course.
there is any questions, we're happy to answer them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, well done.
I love questions. I love that our clients,
Yeah.
whenever I do speak with attorneys, because I love that they have so many questions, I'm like, keep them coming. Like, I love that they ask all the little parts that no one ever thinks. So yeah, I'm prepared for those questions. So get them rolling. We're here.
Yeah, and I was thinking also in the meantime that we get some questions, probably you can talk a little bit about your experience on AILA-Con that you had and CLIA-Con that we are going soon. So our lawyers that are seeing this can know what your experience were with that and what we're expecting on CLIA-Con in the next few weeks. So if you want to share a little bit about that, in the meantime, people start asking questions.
Yes, sure. Happy to share that. So AILA conference was a great learning experience for our company for a couple of reasons. One, finally, we were able to connect with some of our existing clients and future clients in person, and we were able to communicate with them in person and to be able to understand a little bit more about the current challenges that are facing, because like any other market, you know, the markets are shifting very rapidly. The challenges that are facing are also shifting very rapidly. So we were able to connect with them and to be able to understand how we can improve things on our end to be able to bring a bigger value to all the attorney clients. And one of the things that we are definitely working on after this conference that, you know, we're trying to create courses to be able to train the current talent that is within our community to become trained and experienced legal assistants. So they're much easier to onboard for the attorneys, but that's definitely a project. It's still not 100% yet. But yeah, we're working on many different ideas and areas to be able to provide a better service to everyone.
Someone's
What are the
asking,
questions going to be about?
what are these courses going to be about? It's a very good question.
That's a really good question. So we're going to have multiple courses. One of the courses is going to be mainly about the systems, how the case management systems are supposed to be, you know, overseen and managed properly. And additional to that, we're working on creating different courses on variety of different tasks that attorneys needs help with from a legal assistant, a complete guide to becoming a paralegal assistant for the attorneys. We're trying to work on those courses. Any additional questions?
Especially with case management softwares. And also, I think we can add, with all this work with the intake forms and questionnaires, there's a lot of work behind that. And that's definitely something that it's going to be part of that course.
I would like for you guys to talk about, you know, some of the things that I think are also common, even though we sort of touched it a bit, but, you know, a very common, let's say, concern is like, you know, how do we, or how do the assistants protect clients' private information of them, the clients as well as their clients, right? Like, how do we keep sure that our clients' information and their clients are kept secure? And I can answer the question, but maybe you guys want to answer the question, but I know that it's a main question that we should definitely cover.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to answer it, Robbie?
Sure. So there's a lot of things. And well, I think Yanir mentioned that we do have a very difficult process for our VAs, for them to be part of our community, which makes it very hard, right? And then part of that, we're making sure that we're receiving and we're also incoming people in our community who are looking to work in a serious way, in a professional way. And that's also part of our recruitment process, is making sure that side is ready, right? Then part of that, it's also making sure that they're signing an NDA. This is something that we implemented actually this year, and we're very happy that this happened. And they're also happy to sign that because they're also looking to work with a professional company as well, right? And then we as virtual Latinos are also having a clause in our agreement as well that we're also with the NDA that we're not disclosing information that is shared with us, because as we shared before, there's some things that we're not going to get in the middle of, right? Because you're working with your VA directly. But then we also have attorneys who are looking to have their VA sign an NDA directly with them. And this is also something that it's a possibility. It's also something that it can get done. Especially because, like I mentioned before, it's something they're comfortable signing with, especially because there's no malice or there's nothing that they're looking to do. So they're happy to also sign this NDAs directly with their clients. And I can think of a couple of clients actually, and we do help a lot of attorneys, but I can only think about a couple who have done this. But yeah.
Correct. Do you want to add anything, Jaime, to that?
No, in general, I think that was a pretty great answer. You covered most of the things. And then, I think that other than all the things that Robbie mentioned, it all comes down to how each client chooses to use the right software with the right logins and the right restrictions for each of their assistants, so that basically the assistants can't just download, for example, all the contacts from like a case management or CRM system from the client, that they only get access to specific software as needed and as you build trust with them. I think that the main answer is like, it's really all about building trust, or at least that's how I, see it. In the end, whether you're hiring somebody from Peru or Argentina or Africa or just next door, or even inside your company in your offices in-house, it's all about building trust, because we're all humans and we need to get to know each other. We need to get to trust each other. And that's what it comes down to. So the truth is that even though initially the whole fact that someone is remote is what causes the most sometimes, insecurity, because it's somebody that's so far away, the reality is that we're all still human, and that regardless of where we're located at, it's all about making sure that we get to know each other, trust each other, and that, of course, most importantly, everybody works professional and, very professional in the most professional way. So that's kind of what it's all about. And that is really the reason of why both what we have as a process to vet the assistants, as well as the tools that the clients can have in terms of software, as well as the NDAs, all these things combined is what makes this work, right? So yeah, of course, if any of you who are watching have any specific other questions, definitely please get in touch with us. Maybe later if you're watching this as a recording, or happy to answer more questions while we're here.
Yes, we got one more question just came in. Are you the Latino assistants featured on ILA's website? I think on our ad we have Roberta there. No, if I'm not mistaken, we have Roberta.
Not sure anymore.
She's always in one of our marketing material, as always. So yeah, I think Roberta is the only one that it's on the ILA's website ad that we put in.
I'm a proud Latina, so yeah.
She's a proud
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
So-
at some point, everyone is featured in some kind of marketing
way.
material right now. Yeah, representing. I think it will be also good to talk about how our pricing looks like a little bit, because we talk about saving money, and the pricing tag, but we didn't actually explain how it works on Virtual Latino. So I think you can talk a little bit about that, so our viewers can understand a little bit more.
Yeah, and I'm going to pull up our pricing page so that I'm going to let, of course, Yanira or Roberta talk, but I'm going to just pull up our pricing page so that all of you can see it here.
Sure. I'll stop sharing so you can share your screen.
Okay,
Happy
so
to,
here's our
happy to share
pricing.
that information.
It does start at $8 an hour, but we're gonna stay basically in this screen. How about that?
Yes. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah. So happy to explain to everyone. So we do divide our community into 3 different tiers, as you guys can see: entry level, mid level, and expert level. And I'm happy to explain what are the differences are. So the entry level professionals are, as it states there, what we call basic virtual assistants. These are professionals with just few years of work experience, nothing specialized. They're definitely trainable and coachable people, tax savvy people, as long as the firm or any company that has good process systems in place to train them. And the rates for full-time are between the $8 to $10 an hour. And part-time, it's $1 more, so it's between $9 to $11 an hour. Just so everybody knows, because I get a lot of clients, they think that they need to hire VAs initially full-time. We don't have any such obligation. We do have a minimum, which is 20 hours a week at least to hire a VA. So definitely, if you guys feel like it's better to start a part-time, someone for part-time because you're inexperienced in having someone working remotely, we do offer options for people to start between 20 to 30 hours a week as well. The second level is the mid-level. Mid-level VAs can vary with, work experience between 2+ to 8+ years of work experience, mainly in their specific niche or area. This is the main tier that a lot of the attorneys hires the VAs that are trained to become a paralegal assistant for them. This is like the area where experienced admin assistants are. So they're much easier to adapt to your systems and processes and to be able to also help you, fix some of those things as well to be able to scale quicker. And the rates is, as stated over there, it's $11 to $15 an hour for a full-time. Then we have the expert level VAs. What are the expert level VAs? These are professionals that can have 10+ years of work experience, or people that have high-level certifications. We have talent that have master's degrees, PhDs. Within that expert level, we even have professionals who are attorneys in their own countries. And, as per their experience, they're much, much easier to adapt to your systems. And the rates can vary between $16 to $20 an hour. How do we?
That's great. There's one more question that just came in.
How do we know when the virtual assistant completes the tasks at hand, or how would we know the status of the pending tasks? Yes, that's a good question. So that's something definitely 100% dependent on the client. We don't get into day-to-day management of the VA. So you as the client, you need to be able to oversee and manage the tasks that you're delegating and providing the deadlines for those tasks to be completed. Definitely, a good project management software would be ideal. Additionally, there's good time tracking tools, which we will also advise for you to use. Most of them are free, so you can track their times and see how they're, moving forward on their responsibilities.
Yeah.
Another question.
I think this one ties a little bit with what you said, because this is how do you build rapport, and will we know if a relationship is working? So 100%, we have clients who are looking to, like, they have very specific things like KPIs, and they're looking to track how their VA is working and how their relationship is working as well with their communication. So this is something internal between every company. Every law firm is very different to each other. So there's no right way to do things, especially if you have been doing this, right, with your own people in your own team. So building that relationship, it's all up to you. But of course, we're there to support if there's any issues, or as well, if you're very excited to share that you're very happy with your VA. That's what we're here for. That's what our customer success is.
100%.
Answered. Yeah. I think we can share like a very a common story, which is like we usually present to our clients the candidates, right, depending on what they're looking for. And I think one of the best things that we see sometimes is that they're hiring someone for 20 hours a week, or they're hiring someone and they're still thinking about it. But then once they review these people and they interview them, they're like, oh my goodness, I want to hire all 2 or all 3. And we love it, right? Because they were not expecting this kind of professionals. And once they receive them and once they meet them, they're like, oh my goodness, I want to hire them all. So it's pretty amazing to see how we connect these people with our clients, right? So that's real stories that happen in virtual Latinos.
Thank you.
You were going to share something?
Thank you, Roberta. Yeah, go ahead, Dina.
So we got another good question. Do you have assistance with Portuguese proficiency or just Spanish? So yes, as we mentioned during our presentation, we do have a professionals from Brazil who are bilingual, mainly in English and Portuguese. We do get a lot of attorneys, mainly in the Boston area, who are receiving, a lot of clients that are Portuguese speakers. So if you need a bilingual professional in Portuguese, English and Portuguese, we certainly can help you.
True. We actually have people who speak Portuguese in our team as well.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool.
We've been very happy that we added Brazilians into our community, which is sort of new for us. Now we got 2 internally, and they're great.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Ale, did you want to answer something else? I think you want to answer another question.
We have another question here. Maybe this one will be the last one. It's, do Virtual Latinos provide support regarding those project management tools so clients can learn?
So we share a lot of them, and we share project management tools, we share phone services, we also share CRMs that they can use. And most of them are free, and then obviously some of them are paid. Those are the most used by our clients, and especially with their feedback, right? We keep adding more softwares to our list, but definitely it's something that our clients at the end of the day decide what works best for their business, right? So nothing's gonna be like 100%. This is some a magic solution that works for everyone. It's very different, right? Because you probably have a different amount of clients, and then someone else probably has a lot of clients coming in, so they probably need a different software, like a bigger software that retains all that information. So it depends honestly on your business, on your firm.
Yeah, so to answer that, basically, let's say more directly, no, we don't specifically provide the software or the training for how to use the software. That's what every client does independently, because we have too many different types of clients with too many different systems. So the system that you choose to use, it's up to you. The training is also provided by you, and how you train them is up to you. Some people already have, let's say, general experience, let's say managing a CRM, which is very similar skills to using a case management system, which is what lawyers use. So that's kind of up to you. One thing that is definitely important that you all know is that even though we don't provide the specific training, every single virtual professional that gets hired through us has to go through an onboarding, which means it's a special meeting that we do on Zoom between our customer success agent, the assistant. That's one of the ones we do, is just our customer success agent and our virtual assistant. We do one training first, and then we separately do a second onboarding where we actually do it with a client, right? So we make sure that every assistant that starts to work with us has all the bases and the basics covered for how they have to work through our company, with our clients, what types of things we're expecting. Anytime there's any changes requested, let's say that you're going to want them to work more hours, or you want to give them a bonus, there's a whole set of things that we train them on to make sure that they're working very professionally with you. And if there's any issues, they come to our team and we try to solve it with you, or you can obviously also solve certain things with you. So we're always there to support you, right? We don't just do the recruitment, we're also there throughout the lifetime of that relationship.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jaime. One final detail that I wanted to add on that is that a lot of the good case management systems nowadays has an area of, like, an aspect of project management. So it does serve as a project management and case management all in once. So you will, in most of the cases, I've never come across with attorneys that actually has a project management software separately from their case management system. So I think by just having a good case management system, that area should be covered. So no additional software will be needed. It's like all in one. And additionally, some of the case management system even has the booking system all integrated to their system. So you don't have to buy a separate booking system, separate case management, separate project management, all comes in one bundle. So you can manage all areas of your firm in one place, which is great.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I think that's it for the questions and this webinar. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are very, very excited to share with you this webinar on our YouTube channel later, and also you will receive a recording on your email soon after everything is set up correctly. So we will have more webinars incoming as well for specific topics. So stay tuned and thank you again for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
Amazing. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.